Daniel McDonald.
I'm here in regards to that matter, sir.
Excuse me?
I'm here in regards to that matter.
Okay, are you, you said I'm here. Who is I? Who are you?
Living man.
Well, if you're talking to me, I suppose you're living. I hope you're living, unless I'm assuming. There's nothing funny. Who are you?
My name's Roman, sir.
Roman?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Are you an attorney?
This is fun. I got it from Court Cam TV. Big shout out to Court Cam TV. Link to that video in the description below.
Well, unless you're an attorney, you don't need to represent Mr. Daniel McDonald. You can have a seat. You said Roman,
Yes, sir.
and you're not an attorney?
Yes, sir.
What's your relationship to Mr. McDonald?
Depending.
Are you representing Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
But you're not a member of the Florida Bar?
Yes, sir.
Are you a member of any state bar?
Yes, sir.
Did you go to law school?
Yes, sir.
So how are you representing Mr. McDonald?
I would just like to ask some questions in regard to that matter, sir.
You can answer my questions regarding that matter. What's your last name?
McDonald.
So your name is Roman McDonald?
Yes, sir.
And are you related to Daniel McDonald?
I just go by Roman, sir.
You just told me that. Are you related to Daniel McDonald?
Yes, that the name on your docket is in relation to me. Yes, sir.
Well, you stood up, so I'm assuming it's in relation to you, but you're not, are you Daniel McDonald?
Yes, sir.
Come on up, Mr. McDonald. That's nothing funny. We don't have time for these games. Come on up.
I just go by Roman, sir.
Come on up, stupid.
All you had to do is say I'm Mr. McDonald. You didn't have to say I'm representing him. I'm related to him. All you had to do is say I'm Mr. McDonald and come
I
forward.
apologize for the confusion, sir.
Okay. Has the state filed an information in this case?
No one calls me Daniel.
One moment. Has the state filed an information in this case?
Not this time, right?
All right, Mr. McDonald, we will see you next month for an arraignment, November 12th at 9:30.
Sir, I haven't entered any type of plea.
I know the state hasn't filed an information. It's not time for you to enter a plea. If the state decides to file an information, you can enter a plea at that time.
Can I motion for dismissal right now based on procedural grounds?
There's nothing to dismiss. The state hasn't filed an information. What are you dismissing?
That I put in an affidavit and a demurrer, a motion to dismiss, and it hasn't been responded to. I think the state attorney has 15 days to respond.
He cannot get the concept. The judge is just beside himself. You don't have any pending charges. We're setting this over to see if the state does file charges. What do you want to dismiss? It will not get through his thick skull.
On that motion, and they have not.
A motion to dismiss what?
The cases, the matter.
The state hasn't filed an information. There's nothing to dismiss. There's nothing to respond to. If the state decides to file an information, you can renew your motion to dismiss. If you're going to represent yourself, Mr. McDonald, and if so, I'll ask you a few questions. But right now, the state hasn't filed an information, so we'll come back November 12th at 9:30, okay?
Sir, I got two more questions if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Is there a verified claim against me?
A verified claim?
Yes.
I'm assuming you're talking about an information. The state hasn't filed an information. That's under oath and is verified.
Are there any orders? Can I be released to orders of the court?
Were you arrested?
Yes,
You're not in jail?
correct.
You were released on orders of the court already.
Is there anything additional orders of the court, or just waiting on the prosecutor to file additional information?
Right, not an
Before anything
additional
else happens.
information, waiting on the prosecutor to decide whether or not they're going to file formal charges in the form of an information. If they do, you can enter your plea. And if you want to file a motion to dismiss, we'll set it for hearing.
Is there any reason why they haven't filed any already?
That's none of my concern. They have a statutory period of time to file an information. And if that time comes or goes, we'll address it. But right now, they haven't filed an information. If you hire an attorney, your attorney can reach out to Mr. Patterson. If you want to represent yourself, I'll ask you a few questions next month and you can speak with Mr. Patterson about it. More likely than not, for self-represented litigants, attorneys, prosecutors only speak to them on the record. So we'll come back next month at 9:30, okay?
Sir, my only problem is I live 6 hours away.
Oh, all right. You can always hire an attorney and they can file a notice of appearance and written plea of not guilty for you. If you want to seek the services of the public defender's office, you can fill out an application. The clerk will determine whether or not you're indigent. And if you are, I'll appoint the law office of Henry Mark Sims to represent you. And Mr. Hill knows exactly what he's doing. He can contact my office and file a waiver of presence or ask that you appear by Zoom. But right now, we'll come back November 12th at 9:30.
I would, if there's any way possible, I'd like to handle these matters today.
Handle what matter?
Any matters in regard to that name. And I know you have business to attend to, so I
Yes,
don't
sir.
hold you up, but
No, you're not holding me up. We are attending
it's
to,
not easy to take 2 days off work to be here and then nothing happened. You know,
well, I just told you what you can do. So we'll see you November 12th at 9:30.
thank you.
All right. I don't know if you guys can hear me. My mic cord came out, so it sounded weird. You can tell me if it sounds normal. But in this whole thing, that's the only reasonable thing he said. He's like, "Why do I have to come back? Because they haven't charged it." Well, you have to, because they haven't decided whether or not they're going to charge you. They might be waiting for information or whatever. It's annoying that you have to make 2 court appearances and you haven't been charged yet. But that's the answer. Like, I understand why that would be annoying. It is. I don't know why he took 2 days off from work for a 5-minute court appearance, but okay.
You can sign this notice.
Do I have at least 2 witnesses that they are committing treason? This is treason. They're violating my rights. Your Honor. Your Honor.
Sir, please say your full name.
Edward Simmons. Your Honor, I got a hernia in my stomach, man. You're killing me.
Mr. Simmons. Sir, Mr. Simmons, this is Magistrate Chuck there. Sir, you're here on a criminal matter. Let me tell you what it is. Case number is 240-573-6601, sir. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
As you can see, this guy is a vibe.
Your Honor, Reagan, on behalf of Mr. Simmons, waive the reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm going to have to plead not guilty. Court dates are November 5th, 2024. Probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, November 12th, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Simmons, you raised your right hand. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you going to be asking about something, Mr. Simmons?
Yes. He has a hernia, Judge. He needs medical attention. I got a hernia in my stomach. They're about to kill me.
Pardon me?
I need my medication. I need Dorothy and Respidol. I didn't mean to do what I did, Your Honor. I'm really a good guy. Hold on, Mr. Simmons. Hold on, relax, Mr.
I didn't do what I did. He thought that was a good thing to blurt out to a judge at his arraignment.
Simmons a little bit, okay? They're gonna try to get you medication. They're gonna try to get you to the hospital, maybe, okay?
Okay.
Okay, just relax.
All right. DDC, mark Mr. Simmons file medical. Is he not getting his medication?
Is he not getting his medication?
I'm unaware, Your Honor. I'm not sure. Are you getting your medication?
He just came in this morning.
I can check with the nurse and get back to you if you want, Your Honor.
All right, well, let's finish up and then you can let me know. On Mr. Simmons, court dates, November 5th, November 12th. Mr. Simmons, some bond conditions. 1, you're not to possess any firearms or any dangerous weapons. You're not to have contact with a Camel handler, and you're not to go back to the residence that's on West Glen Boulevard. Do you understand that, Mr. Simmons?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will also indicate, it looks like July 12th, 2024, a warrant was issued for Mr. Simmons. Bond was set at $30,000 cash by Judge Giles. This court doesn't have the authority to modify that KPS felony bond. Go ahead, Counsel Reagan.
Judge, there was I guess a teller violation back in June, and the bond was reinstated. And then there was another KPS on the 12th, Judge, and we don't have authorization to this court, Your Honor, to have that bond changed at this time. But I would ask, and I know the court will, and I thank the court, Judge, for making sure that Mr. Simmons does get his medication and does get medical attention as soon as possible. I'm a sick man.
Is he getting his medication as far as you know?
Judge, as far as I know, Judge, I'm not sure, but we've told the DDC they know, and I know they're going to be on top of the Judge. And if he needs to go to the hospital, that may be the next step. I just want to make sure his health is dealt with in a proper way.
Okay. All right, Mr. Simmons. Okay. The jail knows that if you need to go to the hospital, then you need to go, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That concludes your arraignment.
I'm gonna sign that grace.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Simmons. You can step aside, sir.
Judge, when will that bond redetermination?
Bond redetermination is for, thank you, Ms. Claudia, this Tuesday, October 29, 2024, 36 District Court, 9 o'clock in front of Judge McConaughey or Judge Williams.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Hello. I go on day tomorrow. Y'all said.
Yeah.
I go on day tomorrow.
And
Come on out, Mississippi. Your Honor. I go on day tomorrow.
Mr. Simmons, listen, we're going to try to get you, Mr. Simmons, listen, we're going to try to get you the medical treatment right now, okay? That's most important. We're going to try to get you that. Go with the officers right now so we can try to get you some medical treatment, okay?
Yes, sir.
Go with the officers right now. That's the most important thing, okay?
Okay.
All right, go
Your
ahead.
Honor, there's no bond for him?
30,
The bond is $30,000 cash. It stays the same. It's a caveat.
Also, be advised, update on his medical, they ordered his meds, but the pharmacy has not verified it yet. That's why he has not received it.
Okay, thank you.
All
If
right.
he needs to go to the hospital, make sure he's taken.
thank you very much.
When I go home, you go home in a minute. Come on. In a minute? Yeah, come on. Relax. Come on. Come on, Rich. Come on, see? Come on, man.
We got to get you some medical treatment.
I really like, when do I go home?
Okay, I'm going for it. Yeah, come on.
Holy wow. That's messed up. All right, how about Kristen Crom?
Okay, this isn't really funny, but it's interesting as hell. It's a weird one. And we've got Elsa the prosecutor back here.
Yes, sir. Sir. Yes, go ahead. Right there.
All right, is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. So, Your Honor, this is an interesting case. This is one of the more interesting cases that I've seen. Ms. Crom scores a 4 on the risk assessment, and noted on there was that she returned to the United States from Europe the day prior to this incident, and there are mental health concerns. She has no prior documented criminal history on the criminal history I have, but the risk assessment does list an arrest from back in 2013. So there must be some criminal history there, but it must be juvenile or something, and it's just not reflected on the NCIC report. So I know Your Honor is familiar with the facts of this case. However, I just want to highlight the facts because they're very concerning, frankly. I don't know really what to make of Ms. Crom's motives. I don't know what to make of her level of danger to the society because essentially what she did was she was having breakfast. And my understanding, I spoke to the officers yesterday, I'm on call this week, and they called me. And my understanding is she was having breakfast with her father. And she'd been fired from the J Resort back in May. And she got up from the table, went and grabbed a rock, and then went through the back employee area to a private room and hucked a rock through a Picasso painting valued at $600,000. My understanding from speaking to the officers is that there was other art hung in this room, but she appeared to specifically target this original Picasso.
Oh, she did. She denies it. My theory on this is just overwhelming entitlement. No, it's not Swifty, but it reminds me of her quite a bit.
So in my mind, she had all this time after being fired from the J back in May. She went on vacation. I believe she went to Italy, and she comes back and immediately goes to this casino and destroys a $600,000 painting. I mean, when I think about that's almost akin to like burning someone's house down. $600,000 is like obviously a very high value item. And it appears to me that she knew it was a $600,000 item. And so then after doing this, she breaks a couple of high value liquor bottles, takes one for herself, and returns to the table with her father as if nothing happened and told him that the bottle had been comped. Like, it's just all very strange. And so I am concerned about the danger that Ms. Crom poses to society based on all the facts of this case.
Yep.
And so for those reasons, the state is requesting a $40,000 bail with DAS supervision with testing for drugs and alcohol if released, no contact with the J Resort, and the state's also requesting that she surrender her passport during the pendency of this case.
Right. We have a response.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to be asking for an OR release with some certain conditions, Your Honor. Regarding the Picasso, I don't think it's been proven that she knew how much that painting was worth when she hit it. I think she was undergoing a mental health issue.
She knew. I'm confident she knew what she was doing. I'm also confident she's going through a mental health issue, which is she gets whatever she wants and no one ever said no to her. They fired her for good reason, and she's mad at them, and she's getting back at them. I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it.
So in response to the value of this painting, it could have been a Picasso, could have been any type of other painting. She threw a rock. It is what it is.
Behavior in this case is disgusting.
She was undergoing some mental health issues. She was in Prague. She wasn't on vacation. She was actually over there studying language, and she had a mental health breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Then they brought her back over here. Family has been in communication with us and says they'll actually pick her up from the jail over here, and they'll make sure that she takes all her meds. She's okay with a no contact and a stay away order from the J Resort as well. And also, she's okay with drug and alcohol testing. She's informed us that she resides with her parents. Her parents confirmed the address at 7. Your Honor, with all that being said, I believe she should get an OR release with those conditions.
May I?
No.
Okay.
Shut
All
it.
right. Well, given the fact that her family's involved, I am going to set her bail, though. It's not going to be 40. It's going to be 20,000 or 10% cash. No contact with 345 North Arlington, the J Resort. Should be subject to residential confinement, fitted before release, subject to testing. Shall not possess firearms or weapons. Supervised check-ins with DAS. Must reside at 7045 Heatherwood, Reno. She must surrender her passport.
Well, there you have it. $20,000, 10%. My guess is Daddy's got $2,000, no problem. So she'll get out. But that's pretty nasty. That's pretty nasty stuff. I just thought that was interesting. That's different than the usual cases we see. And I'm confident she knew. She worked there. She knew what was what. She targeted that specifically to be as nasty as she could. I'm confident of it. I mean, it's not like it's okay. Like let's say it was worth a couple $1,000s. Still the act is despicable. But you can't tell me she just randomly chose the most expensive one. No, she knew. She knew what she was doing. And then that is absolutely psychotic to take a bottle of liquor back to the table and say it was comped. She's out of her mind. And she had a mental breakdown in Italy. Come on. She probably did. But I mean, how hard can it be to be studying language in Italy? This is like a dream for most people. But she couldn't behave and she got sent back. That's what's going on. It's not any more complicated than that. Oh well, that's what I had. Just a little Sunday quickie. I'll see y'all soon.